Yo, what's up? It's Dave. Welcome to another episode of Tech Tools Tuesday. Today, let's talk about passwords and security. But before we get into it, if you have not already done so, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell, especially if you're watching on YouTube. That way you'll get notifications when I do new episodes of Tech Tools Tuesday. So, as more of your life, more of your business gets online, it's critical that you get smart about your online security. Unfortunately, a lot of people are using very simple common passwords, reusing them from site to site. And then when they get hacked, they wonder why, wow, why did I get hacked? I can't believe my Facebook got hacked. I can't believe my bank account got hacked. The reason why it's happening is people are doing really stupid, silly things that they shouldn't be doing. And part of the reason is there's lots of passwords. I know because I just checked one of my things that I'm going to share with you in a second. I have over 445 different login things online, at least that many, right? So people are like, how am I supposed to remember that many passwords? Well, you don't have to. You can use a password keeper, which I'll share with you in a second. So 3 tools we're going to talk about today: password tools, password keepers, password login devices, whatever you want to call them. We're going to talk about two-factor authentication, or 2FA, which is kind of critical that you turn that on. I'll tell you why in a little bit. And then virtual private networks is kind of the third prong approach that'll make sure that for the most part, your stuff will be protected. Can hackers still get into your stuff? They can, but you're going to make it much more difficult. This would be, what I'm going to tell you today would be the equivalent of making sure you do the things that you do around your house. You lock your door, you put your car in the garage and you lock the car, you make sure your house is well lit, like all basic things to make sure you have safety and security. These are things you should be doing online as well, and we're going to talk about some of them. So first, let's talk about password tools. My favorite is Dashlane. There's some others out there called NordPass, 1Password, and Lastpass. Dashlane, if you go to gamble.com/Dashlane, you can get 6 months of their premium service for free. Yes, that's my referral link, and I'll make sure wherever you're watching this, you can have all the links there for you, so you can just click on them and go right to it. But basically what Dashlane is, simple, secure password management for everybody. I'm going to show you an example of how it works. I have it installed on my browser. You can see in the upper right-hand corner here, this little D for Dashlane. That means I have it installed. And let's say I go to a website called StickerMule. I use this very infrequently, but I do have an account here and I do log in. And this would be one of the ones that I would probably forget. But watch this. It's going to happen very quickly. As soon as I click login and go to the login page, it's automatically going to get populated by Dashlane because I have that set up to work. So click login. Right there, it automatically logged me in. I haven't touched anything, by the way, right? It puts my name and my password already in there. And because I just clicked a button to stop it, it didn't advance. But you'll see this little D for the Dashlane is in that thing, and it says Dashlane filled it in. And I just click login, and I'm logged into StickerMule because Dashlane handled that. You'll see too, if I click on this little D up here, Dashlane, it'll say all the different things. And in this case, it's recommending StickerMule because that's the site that I'm on. If it didn't already log me in, I could click on something here to show the login information. Obviously, I'm not going to show that to you, but you can see there's 445 items that I have saved in my Dashlane. I could just search the different sites that I want here, and it will give me the login information that I need. It's awesome. So essentially, all you have to remember is one password, the password to your password keeper or Dashlane or whatever it is you're using. Okay. Also, we'll share the stuff for this particular website. There's some options you can have there. And then if you want a password generator, it will also automatically generate passwords for you. And you'll see how insanely secure that one is right there on the screen. It will automatically do it and then save it for you. So if you're logging into a new site, it will automatically create a password for you. If you want it, you can use it or you can create your own. But if you use it, you just click, yeah, that's what I want to use. And then it will keep it in the system. And you'll see down here, you can set the different parameters, letters, digits, symbols, similar, characters, blah, blah, blah. And then that's all set up for you. All right, so that's called Dashlane. Again, gamble.com/Dashlane will get you access to it. Has a lot of great things. If you have the premium service, you can log in from multiple accounts. One of the reasons why I love it is it also works on my iPhone as well as my iPad, all my different devices. So no matter where I'm trying to log on, Dashlane will pop up as an option and it will automatically log me in. Now, there are some other options for you. There's one called NordPass, NordPass.com, very similar. By the way, Dashlane has a free account, and even if you don't decide you want to go with the premium, you can revert back to their free. I think you can have up to 50 passwords. Let's see, actually, while I'm here. We'll walk through it real quick. But I'll get you 6 months of free premium when you go to gamble.com/Dashlane. But you'll see, yes, they have a free service, then a premium, then a family, and there's some different options there for you. Here's NordPass, very similar thing. Okay, you'll see their plans. I'm not going to walk you through all of these, but just for your information, these are their different sites. They have a free plan and a premium plan. And you'll see these things are usually $2, $3, $5 a month, which is probably worth it, especially because you have so much stuff online, including your banking stuff, your business stuff, everything else. Okay, so that's NordPass. There's also one called 1Password, the number 1, then the word password. And you'll see this is their site. Now, I don't think they have a free plan anymore. You could try it for free for a couple days, and then you pay $3.90. Let's see, let's do personal and family. You pay $3 a month, basically, and that's what you get. And they also have a family account. Dashlane also has an account for that as well. And then Lastpass, which is pretty popular, that's for you as well. Although I think they're doing away with their free tier. You might still be able to get it right now, but I think they're phasing that out. And so you'll see there they have premium, $3 a month. Same basic thing. It tells you how it works, the whole system, whatever. They all work generally the same of what I just showed you. They have a browser extension. You can use it on your phone. You can use it on your different apps, whatever. Okay. So that's password stuff. Okay. Dashlane, NordPass, 1Password, LastPass. At the very least, get this going, because a lot of you are using like simple passwords like password or let me in ! Or whatever, right, for your stuff, and you're getting hacked, and there's no surprise that you're getting hacked because you're doing silly stuff like that. All right, the second thing you should do, bare minimum, is something called two-factor authentication, or 2FA. That's what I'm going to call it the rest of the way today. Basically what 2FA is this. It's when you log into a website and then it says, hey, something looks different here, or it looks like you logged in from another browser. We're going to send you a code that you need to put in, authentication code. It's usually 6 digits. What these apps help you do, Authy or Google Authenticator, is some hackers have actually figured out how to spoof your phone number. And so they'll have those codes sent to their phone number. So I prefer having an authentication app on my phone just so I don't have that problem. And then all I have to do is put in the information. So one of the ones I use is called Authy. Okay, Authy, AUTHY. And it enables two-factor authentication. You'll see here, if I click on the overview, basically what this would be is if I was going to log into Google, I put in my name, I put in my password, and I will use Dashlane to do that. It'll put in my really good, strong password. Then it will say, hey, something looks different here, or it looks like you logged in from a different browser, because these sites will often log your IP address. They put cookies in your browser, all these things, so they can tell that you've logged in from here before, and so usually it's okay. But the ones that are super secure, or for whatever reason, maybe you cleared your cookies, you cleared your cache, maybe you're logged in through a VPN, which I'll share in a second. It just looks a little different. It will challenge you with a code, and it will either text it to you, or in this case, you could just look it up on your app on your phone. That's what I do. And I go, oh, here's the Google one. And you'll see it says the token expires, right? So these numbers change every 30 seconds. Okay, so this makes it very difficult for hackers to get into your stuff. If you have a username and a strong password, that's a tough hurdle for them to overcome if your password is strong. If you add two-factor authentication, it makes it almost impossible, although some people with really good computers could probably still get in there if they just tried some random stuff. But with these two things, you're going to keep most people most of the time out of your stuff. At the very least, I would set two-factor authentication on things where you have saved your credit card or you have banking information. So on your bank website, I would clearly set it. But if you save your credit card and stuff to Amazon, I would make sure I have two-factor authentication turned on as well. Even some of your social media stuff, because those tend to get hacked a lot. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they all have two-factor authentication. Go into the privacy or the security settings of each one. Turn on two-factor authentication. If you're using something like Authy, it will walk you through how you do it. Usually what you do is with the app, you can scan a QR code, and it will say, oh, okay, and then it just matches it to your app, and then you have it, okay? So Authy, authy.com. That's where you're going to get your two-factor authentication app. There's another one called Google Authenticator. I'm not a big fan of it, but that one is also available. But it seems like Authy is the one that's the market leader at this time. Okay, so we talked about two things already: password tools, two-factor authentication. Let's talk about the last one, which is virtual private networks, okay, VPNs. Basically what they are is they help you log in to a server, and then they encrypt the information that goes from your computer to the server so people can't grab it, hackers can't grab it. At a minimum, if you do any kind of travel or you log into free Wi-Fi setups at coffee shops like Starbucks or Panera or something like that, I would make sure definitely I use VPNs in there, because what hackers will do is they'll just sit in there all day and they have ways to get on the network, and then they can basically sniff all the traffic, that's what it's called, that's going through that free open server. And so if you're putting your information in there, if you're buying stuff on Amazon through the free Wi-Fi at Panera, you are probably almost definitely sharing your information with somebody that just takes that information and then they go buy something of their own, right? They create some fraud. So one of the things you want to have is a virtual private network. There are some popular ones out there. I use NordVPN. Just go to NordVPN.com, get access to it. You see, as of right now, they have a deal going on. I don't know when you're watching this, but they usually have some deals going on. And the pricing is not expensive. It's usually a couple bucks a month. You'll see it's like $3-4 a month. It's definitely worth it. And you'll see, like in this case, I have NordVPN on my computer right now, and you'll see up here, I can connect to servers in the United States. That happens to be what I'm connected to right now, but I can also connect to servers in other parts of the world. Sometimes this is useful if you want to access content that's not typically available in your country, or maybe you're a United States citizen, you're traveling to another part of the world, and you want to watch a Disney Plus show that's not available in the country that you're in, but it's available in the United States or Netflix or whatever. You could do it through VPN. Just check the terms of service. Sometimes they don't like that, but it's very useful. And what I use it for a lot is when the Olympics is on in another country and it's time delayed here in the United States, and I would rather watch the live event than watch the package coverage that NBC will share here in the United States. I'll use VPN to log into a server in whatever country the host country is, and I'll just watch their live coverage of it, right? So lots of things you could do with a VPN, but one of the things you want to make sure you do is use it, especially in those coffee shop settings and stuff like that. And you'll see here on my screen at the top here, websites can pull your IP address. In this case, this is not my actual IP address here to my house, to my office. It's because I'm using the VPN, and you'll see at the top of the Nord page, very, very smart of them, it says your status is protected, because they know that I'm logged in through one of their servers, one of their VPN servers. If I was not, it would say unprotected. And that's probably what is the case for a lot of you, okay? So I'm logged in there, and you can see it up here at the top of the screen. Again, you just download some information. You download a little app, you run it. It tells you here on NordVPN what it is, why you would want it, things like that. Find out how it works. You might want to check it out, okay? Another popular one is called ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers the same things. Price point is about the same. Let's see. Yeah, of course, they're not making it very easy to find their price on here, but all right, it's about the same. It's like $3-4 a month. And if you buy for 2 or 3 years, which is what I typically do, you can get it down to $2 or $3. Okay. So virtual private networks, again, VPN, NordVPN, and ExpressVPN. So let's recap really quickly for today's Tech Tools Tuesday. At the bare minimum, get smarter about your passwords. Use a password service like Dashlane. Again, Dashlane.com, gamble.com/Dashlane. We get you 6 months of premium. That's my referral link there. At the very minimum, be doing that. Just check your passwords. Do a quick audit of your passwords. Make sure you're using smart things. You're not reusing the same password on every site. Okay. Again, Dashlane, NordPass, 1Password are some options. Second thing I would add, right? And you don't have to do that all right today, right? Because some of this will be take a little time to set up. But the second priority I would do is two-factor authentication. At the very least, get those two things set up. And then if you want to add an extra layer of support, this isn't mandatory. I think you'll be fine if you don't have it. But if you are surfing on private Wi-Fis at airports, coffee shops, things like that, you most definitely want a VPN. And I forgot to mention, you also, with these accounts, can also have the service on your phone. So even if you're getting on free Wi-Fi on your phone, you can turn on the VPN. So the same deal is happening on your phone. It's encrypting the information on your phone so that hackers can't get it if you're using those free Wi-Fi networks. Okay. All right. That's it for today's episode of Tech Tools Tuesday. Again, if you haven't already done so, make sure you like this video, hit subscribe, and hit that little bell so you get notifications. And if you're watching this anywhere other than YouTube, or maybe you got access to this, a friend shared it with you, if you go to gamble.com/TTT for Tech Tools Tuesday, you can make sure you get the emails that I send out each time one of these episodes come out. And I also share other great information in between these episodes that will help you monetize your message online and be successful and be safe and be smart, just like we talked about today. All right. That's it. See you.